Make sure to stay until the end. We will explain what usually causes that, and one of those is quite common that most people don't look and skip on checking all the way, and that could be your problem. Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you guys having a Fiat 500, and if you have a problem where you have hard brake paddle, stay with us. We'll explain what can easily cause that and how to fix that. All that will be covered in this video today. Hard brake paddle is a really dangerous thing, because when the brake paddle is hard, it means that you cannot apply the necessary pressure to the brakes, and as a result you may end up having weak brakes and getting an accident. So let's talk about that now. But before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we guys do that? Because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos. And if you guys need to buy any parts, tools for good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tool supplies from, and you can save a ton of money, guys. So with that being said, let's explain what we have specifically here. This, guys, is a Fiat 500 Abarth, but even if you have a different one, procedure is about the same. So let's say, okay, when you start the car or when you pump the brakes, the brake paddle gets really hard, guys. Okay, I'm talking about brake paddle. It doesn't feel nice and soft, and the brakes kind of feel weak. What can easily, guys, cause that? A few things that can do that now. The brakes are controlled, guys, behind the brake paddle. On the other side of the firewall, we have a special device that's known as a brake booster. Brake booster practically amplifies your effort to press the brakes. So let's say if you press the brakes with 5 pounds of force, the brake booster will turn it into 30 pounds of force. Okay, so practically that thing is the brake booster. That round thing that you see, that's a brake booster, and usually on the brake booster you have the brake pump attached. When you have hard brake paddle, the most common thing that we see, guys, will be vacuum leak. You can see you have a vacuum line. This is the vacuum line, and the engine vacuum line, guys, and when the engine runs, you have a vacuum pump which is right here that will create vacuum, and that vacuum will control the booster. Okay, and if you have a vacuum leak, the booster will not get vacuum force. So if you follow the holes right here, guys, common problems will be cracked holes, worn seal, unplugged holes there, and these plastic holes can easily crack and you may not even notice it. Okay, we've seen that happen before, so you need to inspect it and make sure that it's not leaking. And another thing right here, okay, if I zoom in, let me focus here, that's where it attaches, guys, right here to the vacuum pump. Okay, right here it can break off, come loose, and develop a leak as well. We have an O-ring. So that's the most common things that we see. Loss of vacuum, guys. Next will be a weak vacuum pump, not working correctly. And lastly, guys, usually faulty booster. Now we hope that's not the case. We working here on cars for the last 20 years, guys. We had to replace only a couple of boosters, so that's very rare, but it does happen. People sometimes will damage them in another way. Let me tell you now, you have to bleed your brakes the correct way. When you have ABS and traction control, you have to follow a certain procedure to bleed the brakes. If you use the old method where you pump the pedal and you push it all the way down, you can actually mess up the booster, guys, on this sometimes. That's what happened to one Jaguar that we worked on, and we had to replace the booster. Hopefully, guys, the video will be helpful to any of you needing help with that. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.